evening and welcome to the ICU TV menus. My name is Kaunda. Let us take a look at the stories making headlines. Northwestern Province holds a healthy budget planning meeting. Chisamba court sentences man to 5 years for motor theft. Seedco calls for government action against fake seeds. And in international news, severe flooding disrupts Accra after heavy rains. On sports, Wembley Edge Sport in action as Kaunda Square ground hosts first match. Good evening once again, and now the news in details. Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Colonel Grandson Katambi retired has officially opened the Ministry of Health Provincial Planning meeting for the formulation of the 2027 budget and the 2027 to 2029 medium-term budget plan at G Green's Lodge in Solwezi. The meeting has brought together officials from the Ministry of Health headquarters, Provincial Health Office, Council Secretaries, Senior Medical Superintendents, Executive Directors and District Directors of Health Services from across the services. Well, the Chisamba Magistrate Court has sentenced a 26-year-old man of Lusaka to 5 years imprisonment with hard labor in the connection with the theft of a motorbike valued at 29,500 kwacha. Chisamba resident magistrate Susan Magalashi convicted and sentenced James Sai of Kanyama compound after he pleaded guilty to the charge. It alleged that between June 13th and 14th June 2026, in Chisamba district, Sai, acting with an unknown accomplice, stole one unregistered motorcycle, a scenery rider belonging to Clive Milambo. Following the investigation, Sai was apprehended and led police to Mumbwa, where the stolen where the stolen motorbike was recovered from Sylvester Muchaba, who had bought it for 8,500. After the admission of the charge, Magistrate Magalashi found Sai guilty and sentenced him accordingly. Well, in other news, Central Province Seedco Regional Manager Simon Kalinga has called on the government to curb the influx of fake seed varieties on the market. Mr. Kalinga said the influx of fake agricultural inputs could adversely affect the sector if not addressed. He said the Seedco is concerned about fake seed brands that have flooded the market to the detriment of genuine seed dealers. He urged government to intervene, warning that fake seeds and fertilizers pose a threat to the national food security. We now take our first break. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Thank you very much for still staying with us. And still in local stories, well, the Zambia Police Service in Northern Province has commended political parties in Kasama district for demonstrating tolerance and maturity during ongoing campaign activities. Northern Province Commanding Officer Simunji Mulonda says the peaceful conduct observed among cadres of the United Party for National Development, UPND, the National Revolutionary Party, United, NRPUP, and other parties reflects the spirit of democracy and respect for the rule of law. Mr. Mulunda said the behavior describes a commendable display of political coexistence in the region. While still in local stories, African Union Youth Ambassador for Peace in Southern Africa, Ruth Kangwa, says Zambia's 2026 general elections will be defined by the country's largest ever youth vote, standing at over 4 million. Ms. Kangwa, who is also founder of Girls Gone Political, says the large youth population presents an opportunity for young people to shape the country's democratic future by taking up leadership positions and participating throughout the electoral process. She has said she has since called on young people to become ambassadors of the peace before, during and after the August 13th general elections, urging them to reject political violence, hate speech and misinformation during the Zanis TV Zambia 2026 program. We now take another break. Coming to you is international news. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available.
Thank you very much for still staying with us. Now in international news, Ghana's capital, Accra, has been hit by severe flooding following several hours of heavy rainfall on Monday. Major roads across the city have been submerged, causing traffic disruptions and leaving many commuters stranded. Overflowing drains have worsened the situation in several areas, while emergency services continued the rescuing operations for residents trapped in flooded homes. Firefighters are also battling a blaze at a rubber factory near Kwame Nkrumah Circle amid the challenging conditions. The floods have disrupted activities in some schools, prompting the government to urge residents to stay indoors and work from home. More in the following report.
Ghana's capital, Accra, has been hit by severe flooding following several hours of heavy rainfall on Monday. Major roads across the city have been submerged, causing traffic disruptions and leaving many commuters stranded. Overflowing drains have worsened the situation in several areas, while emergency services continue rescue operations for residents trapped in flooded homes. Firefighters are also battling a blaze at a rubber factory near Kwame Nkrumah Circle amid the challenging conditions. The floods have disrupted activities in
Well, still in international news, Human Rights Watch HRW says Islamist armed groups, Malian forces and their alliances have committed serious abuses against civilians since fighting escalated in Mali in April 2026. HRW says jihadist fighters and Tuaregs rebels seized Kido on April 25, killing Mali's defense minister. The Malian army and Russian Africa Corps fighters allegedly responded with reprisals against Fulan communities and airstrikes that killed the civilians. The report also states that Jinn militants have blockaded Bamako, banned civilian vehicles, and publicly executed a man near Timbuktu. Human Rights Watch is calling for independent investigations by the United Nations and African Union. We now take our final break. Coming to you is sports.
The Information and Communications University stands as one of Zambia's fastest growing private universities. Now, it does not just provide classroom learning, but world-class education that goes beyond the classroom. Coming soon, exclusively on ICU TV, is Beyond the Classroom, a series that showcases what matters most: practical learning and hands-on skills development. From the School of Agriculture to mining, from engineering to media studies, Beyond the Classroom will reveal the unique side of ICU. It will help prospective students looking for the right university make informed decisions about their future. Now, this series will unpack the practical learning experiences offered across every school and every course.
for still staying with us. Now in sports, Kaunda Square Community Ground has hosted an interesting triple header on Sunday 28th June 2026, making it its first ever matches after over a year, following the completion of the nearly constructed community developing funds facilities and its commissions on 9th May 2026 by Honorable Mike Mposha. The occasion, which was graced by former Football Association of Zambia General Secretary Adrian Kashala, guest of honor alongside the Fauzi General Secretary Joe Kaunda and former Copper Queens captain Martha Nguni, featured 3 matches including a curtain raiser where Moving Eagles Academy beat Sport in Action Queens 3-1, while Kaunda Square selected drew 1-1 with Grip Select. In the main watch, Wembley Delta Soccer Academy defeated Sport in Action 1-0, with Samson Eto Piri scoring the only goal inside the first 5 minutes in a match that drew a large crowd and was attended by several dignitaries and football stakeholders, including coaches, community leaders, and players. Well, with the sports item, this is where we come to the ICU TV menus. But before we go, let us take a look at the stories that were making headlines. Northwestern Province holds health budget planning meeting. Chisamba court sentences man to 5 years for motorbike theft. Seedco calls for government action against the fake seeds. In international news, severe flooding disrupts Accra after heavy rains. And in sports, Wembley Edge in action as Kaunda Square Ground hosts first matches ever. Thank you very much for watching the ICU TV menus. I've been your news anchor, Chitemwiko Osai Kalonde. God bless.